Hello, Mr. Foshan. Hello, everyone, and Independence Day greetings from Chandigarh Group of Colleges, Janjadi campus. On behalf of the management and the entire CGC family, myself, Dr. G. Shastri, Director Academics, along with my colleagues, Dr. Jaskiran, Director Management, and Professor Tanveer Kaur, welcome you all to the webcast on how to be resilient for the best education and learning during pandemic. This will be delivered by Mr. Fasham Farooq from Abu Dhabi. Before I hand over the platform to Mr. Fasham, let me give you a brief about the topic and the outcomes. As you know, in the today's fast changing environment and the changing lifestyles, which is creating lot of pressures and lot of stresses. Everyone finds it difficult to manage and cope up with the demand of the personal requirements, studies, and the work. Somewhere or other, this leads to dissatisfaction affecting the growth and the performance of the individuals. In order to avoid these effects of unbalanced work life, there is a need to take necessary initiatives to manage proper work-life balance. Friends, in the today's webinar, it is the insight of the work-life balance, the progressive approach, and the direction, as well as how to think and dream big in a difficult situations like the present situation what we are facing today, that is the COVID-19. So I take the opportunity to introduce the young, dynamic, and the successful entrepreneur, Mr. Fahsham Farooq, comes from Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. Basically, he's an engineer with BTech in mechanical engineering. And of course, I should speak a little bit before I introduce him completely. He's a certified peak performance coach being trained by the world leading peak performance coaches, Tony Robbins and Steven Kotler. He's a founder and CEO of Fahsham Farooq Research International. The objective of this organization is to transform the lives across the world by helping people to perform at their full potential and achieve the seemingly impossible goals with passion, energy, and without stress. So that is something, a very what you call a dynamic objective, and it's very difficult to achieve. Really, I welcome him and for the type of objectives what he has chosen for his organization. And I should not forget, he is a martial artist and holds a third DAN black belt in the karate, and something that is gives, I think that somewhere relieves stress and gives lot of passion and energy. That's why I see you, Vasham, that you have so much of energy, and the secret behind this is the black belt. Over to you, and we look forward to hear from you all the positive effects, all the motivations, and how to live without stress. Over to you, Fashan.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much, sir. If are you able to hear me well? Everything is audio is okay, sir?
Yeah, it's audible.
Okay.
It's audible, yeah.
Yeah. So I can start, right?
Right.
First of all, thank you so much, CGC management, for inviting me to speak on a very important topic, especially on this very challenging situation that we are going through, this COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, everyone, the whole world, it's not India, it's not Punjab, it's not Chandigarh, it's not Kerala. The whole world is under stress. The whole world is under problem. Yeah, so at this very critical moment, I thank especially CGC management, especially my professor, Dr. Shastri sir and other management team for inviting me to talk on this very pertinent subject in this very critical time. So thank you so much, first of all, CTC management, and uh, first of all, yeah, happy Independence Day. Happy Independence Day. We are celebrating 74th Independence Day, but I know we are not independent, or we don't have the freedom that we used to have as because of this COVID-19 pandemic that we are going through. So yes, we have some limitation. Our freedom has been limited a bit. So, but we will overcome. We will overcome. And can I see the participants here? So I think most of the people have actually joined in YouTube, right? We have 47 people watching on YouTube. Hi, all YouTube friends. Everyone is able to hear me, right? In YouTube, if you can hear me well, can you just put yes in the comment box, just to make sure that everything is okay? Zoom is okay. If in YouTube, if everything is works fine, just give me a hand. Perfect. Okay, so this masterclass is not going to be like the normal masterclass or the webinar that you used to attend, because of some reasons. Normally in a webinar you used to sit in a very comfortable position and listen to what the speaker or the lecturer is saying, right? And you are very comfortable here, but you see, I'm not sitting here. There is a reason for that. I will tell you why when we go through. So here in this masterclass, it's going to be on, you have to sometimes stand up, you have to sometimes start making noise, you have to sometimes maybe stand up and cheer, because that makes a big difference, especially when we are facing. That's the reason why I can't normally sit on a chair and deliver my speech. That doesn't actually give me that energy. I will tell you the scientific things behind these physiology things and all. So you may have to sometimes jump up, you may have to sometimes stand up, you may have to sometimes make noise for yourself. Okay, so are you all ready? First of all, if yes, please put it in comment in yes, ready to rock, ready to be resilient and face this challenging situation. Especially we are ready to be resilient for the best education and learning during pandemic. And as Dr. Shastri sir has mentioned, I'll be talking about how you can be resilient for the best education and learning during pandemic. But I will even go a step further, because COVID-19 is not the end of all the problems, right? Do anyone think that yes, after COVID-19 we are going to be like free of problems? No, right? We are going to have many problems, life's challenges in life. So I'll be touching definitely yes, how you can be resilient for best education and learning, okay, especially during this pandemic. But the strategies that I'm going to share can help you face all the life challenges, even after pandemic. If you are facing some challenges, the strategies that I'm going to share can help you really overcome those challenges and be resilient. So this is how I'm going to take this masterclass too. I'll not be only, definitely I'll be talking about a particular situation that especially students are facing, and also I will take a step further, as a general, even after COVID, even after educated, even after graduated, as a general in life's problems, how you have to approach your life's challenges and problems. Yes, I truly understand, we are going through a very, very different situation. This COVID-19, it's very challenging. I'm not saying, oh, this is easy. No, I'm not, I know, I really understand what we are going through. The jobs, people are losing jobs. People are finding it very difficult to get jobs. The business is going down, economy is going down. The whole world is facing problems. But especially students, they can't go to colleges as they used to be. They can't study and learn from their professors directly. They misses, this friendships, this, this college life, this campus life, and and they have to be in their home most of the times, and this is very stressful. I understand this is very stressful. People are feeling, unhappy, stressful, lazy. So it's very, very, very difficult. I totally understand. At any time when we are going through challenges, this is what happens. Is there anyone here who feels happy when they are feeling challenges? No, right? At any challenging situations, we have two options. We have two options. Either we can say and curse about, curse all the problems. Oh, this is COVID-19. I can go to my college, I can study as I used to study, and curse on the problems and lie comfortably and sit back and be lazy, watch television, be in a comfortable thing and curse on the problems and be comfortable. That is one type of people. They always, look into the problems and curse the problems, and they don't take an action. They become passive, right? I think I did not, let me share my screen. Yeah. You can see my screen, right, sir?
Yeah, visible. Yeah, it's visible.
All right. Okay. So, at any challenging situation, we have two options. Either we sit back and be passive, doing nothing, and curse all the problems, or the COVID-19 or any other problems that we are dealing with, or we have another type of people. They always step up, they always be resilient and face the challenge. That's, we are calling them heroes. Heroes. Then let me give a very a small example. Just see in a Bollywood movie. In a Bollywood movie, just imagine a hero. He's enjoying, he's rich and enjoying all the life's facilities, and from starting all through the movie, he's actually enjoying his life. He's not facing any challenges. He's actually enjoying his life, no trouble, nothing. And the movie ends. Would you be liking that movie, or would you be loving that the person who acted on it? Instead, just imagine another Bollywood movie in which the hero actually, faces all the challenges. He struggles at the initial, and he becoming resilient, facing all the challenges, and by the end of the movie, he becomes successful. Which movie would you be liking? Definitely the second one, right? So, do you want to be, a hero, or do you want to be a coward? What's your decision? What's going to be your decision? What's going to be your decision, guys? Just comment in YouTube. You want to be a hero or a coward? Yes. Hero. His name itself is Oye Hero. Great. Hero. Yeah, hero. Of course, I know, especially CGC students, they are smart. They always want to be a hero, to make the college proud, make the professors proud, make the family proud, make their siblings, everyone proud, right? Yeah. Hero. Great. So now the question is, Fasham, yeah, you said it right. Yes, everyone wants to be a hero and face the challenge. But Fasham, do you think, can we be really resilient? And how can we be really resilient? Can we be really resilient? And how can we be really resilient? Do we actually, we humans, do we actually have the potential to overcome any problems? This session, all through this session, you will be listening to many stories, many real life stories that actually shows, humans' potential, how we are being created by God Almighty, how much potential that we have, and we are created by God Almighty with that immense potential. I just still remember when I was studying my engineering in 2007 or 2008, my professor, G.G. Shastri sir, Dr. G.G. Shastri sir, he was taking us robotic class. Just to give you an example, how powerful, how much potential that we have within ourselves. So he was taking robotic class, and he was talking about the programming required for robots, even just for having a lateral movement. It requires lot many, programming is required. And if a robot is programmed for picking up an object with spherical shape, that robot will not be able to pick up a geometrical shape or a square shaped object, right? But just imagine, he was talking to us, my professor was talking to us about just about our hand, the design by God Almighty. This can pick up any type of objects and it can move towards any direction. I'm just talking about this hand. My professor was talking about this hand. But just imagine about our brain and everything else that we have. How powerful we are. God never wants to destroy us. The challenges in life are to strengthen us. Only when we have challenges, we grow. When we don't have challenges, we don't grow. Humans don't grow. So everything in life is happening to us. Everything in life is happening to us, not for us. And challenges in life is a must requirement for us to grow. So now let's talk about what is resilient. We'll be talking about how you can be resilient. But before that, let's see what is resilient. Cambridge Dictionary defines resilience as the ability to be happy, be successful, again after something difficult or bad has happened. And American Psychology Association defines being resilient as the process of adapting well in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threats, or significant source of stress. From both of these definitions, it says that there is going to be difficulty. You'll be going through utmost stress. You'll be going through trauma. You'll be in such a difficult situation. But a resilient person always be adapting well to any situation. He will always rise back. He will always step up. He will always find happiness, even though it's not eliminating completely the stress part. It's not completely eliminating the difficulties. But even though while you are facing all these challenges, all these stresses, still you adapt well, still you will be resilient and come up, rise up and start getting back those happiness and peace. So that is called resilience. So let me give a very good example of resilience by one of the leading energy company, Saudi Aramco, biggest energy company in the world. I'm working in Saudi Aramco as senior integrity engineer. So I know the resilience of Saudi Aramco when they were facing such difficult when they were going through such difficult moments. Two of their biggest facilities were attacked. So let's see this video and we'll come back.
Hi guys, this is Fasham Farooq and welcome to my new video blog. Recently on September 14, 2019, world's leading energy company, Saudi Aramco, which is producing 1.5 million barrels of crude oil per day. After the attack, Aramco had to. Hi guys, this is Fasham Farooq and welcome. Hi guys, this is Fasham Farooq and welcome to my new video blog. Recently on September 14, 2019, world's leading energy company, Saudi Aramco's two oil facilities were brutally attacked by militants using drones and missiles. Firstly, on the uptake facility, which is world's largest crude oil stabilizing plant, and secondly on the Kuray's oil field facilities, which is producing 1.5 million barrels of crude oil per day. After the attack, Aramco had to shut down both of their facilities for repair, cutting Saudi Arabia's total oil production about half, 5.7 million barrels of crude oil, representing about 5% of global crude oil production, causing destabilization of global financial markets. This was the first time Saudi Aramco's facilities were attacked at this level. It was so massive and damaging. But what happened next is the number one thing that we can learn from this great organization, and that is resilience, the ability to quickly recover from an adverse situation, the ability to quickly bounce back from an adverse conditions. Aramco, even after facing such a massive attack on their biggest facilities, they didn't show their weakness. Instead, they showed resilience. They quickly recovered. They quickly overcame these surprising challenges. Within just 10 days, they restored their oil producing capacity to 11.3 million barrels of crude oil per day, and within just 45 days, they restored their oil producing capacity to their fullest potential, 12 million barrels of crude oil per day. This is incredible. This is really incredible. Even today, many of Saudi Aramco's employees are working from home due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Still, Aramco as an organization is maintaining their capacity to its fullest, 12 million barrels of crude oil per day. And this is what recently Saudi Aramco CEO Mr. Amin Nasser said to his employees. Time and again, together, we have demonstrated a culture of resilience. And I look forward to all of us working together, and I'm confident that we can meet whatever challenges come our way for the remainder of 2020 and beyond. This is a true example of resilience. Guys, we can't control the challenges that will come in our way, right? But what we can do is be resilient, show resilience, quickly bounce back from any challenging, surprising, adverse conditions.
Hi guys, were you able to listen to those video? If yes, please comment in here. In YouTube, was it really audible? Perfect. Okay, thank you so much. So this is a true example of resilience. Just imagine two of their biggest facilities were brutally attacked by the terrorists, and they have to cut their production into half. And within just 20 days, they started producing back 5.7 million barrels, and within 45 days, they were producing normally 10 million barrels of crude oil per day. But they were so resilient and quickly bounced back, and after 45 days, they were started producing 12 million barrels of crude oil per day, their fullest potential. So this is a true example of being resilient. Yes, challenges will come in. You analyze the situations, you face the challenges, and then you take massive actions and rise up to that challenge. So this is a very true example of how we, the resilience, showing resilience, being resilient. So now the very important question here is, how can we be resilient? Fasham, tell me, how can we be resilient? Yes, I understand. We have to be resilient. You have to bounce back from any challenging situations. I have to bounce back and be resilient and get the best learning and education during this pandemic, and even after that, I have to be resilient and face all the situations. So tell me, Fasham, how I can be resilient. So these are the powerful strategies that I'm going to share. As I mentioned earlier, these strategies are, not only for this pandemic, even after that, life is always going to be with challenges, right? So you can use these strategies even after, after this pandemic, At any challenging situations, you can implement these strategies. So what are those strategies? Number one, create peak state. Create peak state. Number two, run powerful stories. And number three, build strategies. These are the three steps that you have to implement to overcome any challenging situations, to be resilient. So, but most of the people, they focus on the third step, building strategies. Building strategies. Strategies in this, how am I going to, your how part, your mission plan, your game plan, how am I going to face this challenge, a particular challenge. But let me tell you today, guys, that this is the least priority. Least priority. Building strategy, yes, of course, I'm not saying this is not important. Yes, of course, this is important. But it's least priority. If you are not creating your peak state in the sense, your emotions, your consciousness, if you are not using higher level of consciousness, if you are not unleashing your full brain potential, you will not be running powerful stories. Stories in the sense, your beliefs, your belief system, and when you are not creating your peak state, higher level of consciousness, when you are not running powerful stories, you will be always limiting yourself when you are building your strategies. Understand? For example, state in the sense, as I said, emotions. For example, if you are going through some problems and you will be running through emotions like, you are feeling sad, you are feeling depressed, you are feeling anxious, you are feeling angry, you are feeling, fearful, all those emotions, sad, depressed, unhappy, then you'll be running stories like, oh man, I can't do this. I can't overcome this pandemic. I can't overcome this challenge. I'm not enough. I can't do this. I can't do this. You'll be running all the stories, all these limiting beliefs in your brain. Then just remember, when you are building strategies at that level, how it is going to be. You will be always dreaming low. Your strategy is always going to be like very less. For just, on the other hand, for example, if you are feeling like peak state, you are feeling so energetic, your emotion is so strong, all your empowering emotions are at work, you are feeling so passionate, you are feeling so determined, you are feeling so faithful, joy, happiness. When you are running those types of emotions, you will be running powerful stories like, oh man, I can do this, I'm so great, I'm so powerful, I can face this challenge. And then just imagine how you'll be preparing or building your strategies at that level. You'll be feeling, oh, come on, problems come in, I'm ready to face you. You are so energetic. And then you'll be dreaming big. You'll be creating powerful strategies to overcome any challenging situations. So this is what you must have to do. Just to give me an example. For example, if you are going through a very low state dimension, sad, depressed, you'll be running stories. Like, for example, your education. For example, you'll be running stories like, oh man, I can't do this. My education is it's very difficult to study during pandemic. All this online stuff, it's very difficult. I don't think I'll be able to pass through. I'll be able to, pass my degree, or I will be able to complete my exams. You'll be running all these, low stories. But instead, if you are in peak state, you'll be running story. Come on, whatever it comes, I'm going to be the number one in my college. So you'll be running powerful stories. You'll have, unlimited belief system. You'll be instilling powerful belief system within you, and then you will be building strategies like, this is how I'm going to crack my exams with this current challenge. So this is how powerful it is. So don't give priority for building strategies first at any challenging situations. First, create your peak state of mind, higher level of consciousness, and then you will be running powerful stories, powerful belief system. Because the speciality of human beings are, emotions. We have powerful emotions. We have empowering emotions, and we have disempowering emotions. So when you strengthen your empowering emotions, you become unbeatable. You become unbeatable. That's why, you can see some people, those who face challenges, they always strengthen their empowering emotions, and those who, step back and start feeling lazy are those they are using always their they strengthen their disempowering emotions. So always make sure, create your peak state, run powerful stories, and then you start thinking about building strategies. So for Sham, yes, you said it right. It's true. Yes, it's so powerful. You have to create your peak state first. So tell me now, how can I create my peak state, my higher level of consciousness, and start beating my problems? Tell me how I can create my peak state of mind. For creating peak state of mind, there are three things that's required actually. Number one, physiology. You have to change your physiology. Number two, change your focus. And number three is change your language. First and foremost is the physiology. What do you mean by physiology? Physiology means, I hope everyone can hear me, right? If you can hear me well, please comment yes, I can hear, or something, I just want to make sure before I continue. If you can hear me well, please say yes. Thank you. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Anu Sharma. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Sandeep, Diksha Rana, Nikita Sakru, Priyanka Pandita, thank you so much. Manchidar Kao, thank you so much. Kanika Sharma, Nitan Soni, Anu Sharma, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. So yes, so how you can create peak state? By changing your physiology, by changing your focus, and by changing the language. So what do you mean by physiology? Changing physiology in the sense, changing your body movement, body posture. This plays a very important role. I told you in the beginning, the reason why I'm standing here and start moving is why? This is how I create my energy. This is how I perform at my peak. When I'm performing at this level, whatever challenge comes in, I'm ready to attack that challenge, right? This is how I feel. I'm changing my physiology. I'm changing my body language. I'm changing my body posture, right? This creates so much of energy when I'm making this movement, when I'm making this shift. I'll tell you what actually happens inside your brain when you're changing your physiology. Yeah? Because as I said, your emotion is actually created by your motion. I'll give you a very good example which you can easily relate it to. Have you observed your body posture, your body language, when you are feeling so low, when you are feeling depressed, when you're feeling so anxious? Have you observed your body posture? It looks something like this, right? You were looking down, you don't speak loud, you talk very quiet, you don't feel that energy, you don't smile, right? But have you observed your body posture when you're feeling so energetic, when you have accomplished something great in your life, when you're feeling so pumped up, when you're feeling so happy? You were walking fast, you were talking, loud, you were smiling, you were talking with people, you were so confident, and you were, everything, your body language changes accordingly, right? So what happens is that based on our body language, based on our body posture, there are neuroelectrical signals into our brain about how we are operating and feeling. So when we are feeling low, when our body language, when you're feeling sad, depressed and everything, when our body language goes like this, based on that body posture, there are neuroelectrical signals into our brain. And then based on the neuroelectrical signals received, brain identifies that you are truly unhappy, you are truly depressed, you are truly anxious, And then what it does is it informs your hypothalamus to secrete all your stress hormones, negative hormones, stress hormones like cortisol and norepinephrine. On the other hand, when you are feeling so happy and energetic, when you're moving, when you're changing your physiology, when you're moving your body, even when you are really feeling stressed, when you're really feeling low, when you start making all these movements based on that body posture, there are neuroelectrical signals sent to our brain as well. Then brain gets so confused, brain can't differentiate, the reality which actually, for example, maybe you are going through real, sadness or frustrations inside, but based on your powerful body posture, brain thinks that you are really happy, you are super energetic, you are super courageous. So then it gets confused and it start secreting, it gives signal to your pancreas through hypothalamus to secrete your happiness, your powerful, courageous chemicals, neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, oxytocin, testosterone. It's a very powerful neurotransmitter for, courage. So changing your physiology is the number one thing. So Fasham, tell me, how can I instantly change my physiology? Number one is incantation. Incantation. What is incantation? Incantation is so powerful, guys. To instantly change your physiology, use incantation. What is incantation? Yes. So what is incantation? Incantation means uttering powerful words and changing your body language instantly, fastly. Like, I can do this, or something like that, I'm unbeatable. When you're making these movements, this completely confuses your brain. This completely changes your biochemistry. And this is how we hack your brain. Hacking your website, hacking code, hacking programs, right? So this is how we hack our brain. So when we make powerful, when we utter these powerful words and change our body powerfully, this completely confuses your brain. This is how we hack our brain, and it completely changes your biochemistry. And based on that level, your brain will release all your powerful neurotransmitters. So incantation is a very powerful thing. Next is another powerful tip to instantly change your physiology, change your state of physiology is your power posture. This is again a powerful, recently a Harvard study shows that, just by, something, standing like a warrior or a commander in chief, and inhaling, powerful breath and just standing for just 2 minutes increases your powerful, courageous neurotransmitters testosterone by 20%, and it decreases just for, by standing for 2 minutes, it decreases your stress hormones like cortisol, norepinephrine by 25%, and also it increases your risk tolerance by 33%. Just by standing something like this, like a warrior, and feeling, your emotion is very important, and feeling like a warrior and stand in this position just for 2 minutes can increase your testosterone, your powerful neurotransmitter for courage, by 20%. It decreases your stress hormones by 25%, and it increases your risk tolerance by 35%. See how powerful it is. So these are two powerful tips that you can implement whenever you are feeling low. Just do incantation or power posture by just for 2 minutes. So now step number 2 is focus. So step number 2 to create your peak state is focus. Your focus is your feeling. Your feeling, what you're feeling inside depends on what you're focusing on. Are you focusing on the things that you don't have in your life? Are you focusing on the things that you are lacking with? Are you focusing on the things that you cannot control? Are you focusing on the things that that you failed? Are you focusing on the mistakes that you did? Or are you focusing on the things that you have accomplished? Are you focusing on things that you already have in your life, the blessings that you already have in your life? Are you focusing on the things that you have accomplished? Are you focusing on the things, or all the blessings that you already have in your life? What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on negativity, or are you focusing on all the positivity? Based on what you're focusing on, your your state changes. So always make sure you focus on the things that you control. Focus on the things that you are already blessed with. Focus on the things that you have accomplished in your life. Unfortunately, people stack negativity. Stacking negativity. What do you mean by stacking negativity? Oh, I don't have this. This is a stack. You are stacking. Then you are thinking, oh, I failed miserably. It's another stack. You are thinking about all the bad things, all the failures that you have made, all the mistakes. You are stacking all the negativities. So then suddenly your state completely changes to your lower level. Instead of that, stack positivity. Start thinking about the things that you are blessed with. Start thinking about your accomplishments that you were able to accomplish in your life, and stack that, all the things that you are blessed with, and all the things that you have accomplished, the things that you have done in your life, all the positive, you stack positivity. So when you start focusing on the positivity, your state starts changing. You automatically, instantly, you start feeling great and enter into that peak state. So tell me, Fasham, another what are powerful tips, if you can give me, to instantly change my focus and start creating my peak state? There are two powerful tips. Number one, gratitude, and number two, creative visualization. Powerful class. Thank you, Hafiz. Optimism helps me smile. A positive outlook is very important. Thank you, Shankar. Thank you so much. So this is how you change, your focus. Because when you are feeling, so let me give you two powerful tips for instantly changing your focus and creating your peak state of mind. Number one is gratitude. Being grateful for what you have in your life. Being so grateful for what you have in your life. Rather than because your brain cannot process being grateful and being angry and anxious at the same time. Being sad and being happy at the same time. So when you start looking into the things that you're already blessed with, when you truly be grateful to God Almighty for all the things that you already have in your life, just close your eyes and start feeling, start thinking about the things that you're already blessed with. Just close your eyes. It's so powerful. I don't have time. So this is a very powerful thing. Just close your eyes and start thinking about the things that you're already blessed with, the things that you have accomplished, and truly thank God Almighty for all the things that you are blessed with. This can, suddenly shift your mind. This can suddenly shift your mind, because as I mentioned, your brain cannot, process being grateful and being jealous or anxious at the same time. So this is very powerful. Gratitude. Show gratitude to God Almighty for all the things that you have. Number two is creative visualization. Unfortunately, people are visualizing the things in their mind, but they are not doing creative visualization. They are doing destructive visualization. They are thinking or seeing the images of what, of everything that would go wrong in the future. I'm going to fail. I'm not going to achieve. They are doing, they are seeing in their mind, destructive visualization. They are performing destructive visualization. So instead of that, do creative visualization. What exactly that I want in my life, in my different vital areas of my life. What exactly that I want in my education, in my career. What exactly that I want. What's my goal? Where do I need to reach? And seeing that, visualize that thing and live into that moment as if it's already done, as if it's already accomplished. You live into that moment, because your brain will not be able to understand an imaginary with emotions and a reality. So when you're imagining the things that you want with all the feelings is very important, with all the emotions, brain gets so confused, and it can instantly help you refocus and come back to your peak state of mind. So, and the third step to create your peak state is your language. Your language in the sense meaning, what you are talking to yourself. What you are talking to yourself represents what you are going through inside. If you are saying to yourself, oh man, I'm not enough, man, I can't do this, man, your brain is listening to you and it will process accordingly. So always make sure you use powerful words. I can do this. And especially when you involve your physiology and make this instant powerful movement with powerful words, this create powerful paradigm shift in your brain and help you go to peak state. So always use powerful words. I can do this, I'm courageous, I'm a special person, I'm special creation by God Almighty, and it then as I mentioned, your brain is listening to what you're saying. So always use powerful words. Never use negative words. Always use, don't ever use negative words. Disempowering words. Always use empowering words. This can, because your brain is listening to you, your brain will process according to that. Your brain is listening to what you're saying and it processes according to that. So let me give you some, as I mentioned, 4 tips. These are 4. There are many tips to share, but these are 4 tips, 4 powerful tips, which can instantly create your peak state of mind. Number 1, incantation. Number 2, power posture, very powerful. Number 3, gratitude or stack, always positivity, never stack negativity, and be grateful. Number 4, creative visualization. Now let's move on to the next step number 2, another powerful step, which is to run powerful stories. Run powerful stories. Stories in the sense, your beliefs, what you are believing in. During, many of my, coaching sessions, I hear many of my students, many of my clients say to me, Fasham, Fasham, I don't have any college education, Fasham, so I can never be successful, Another time it was like, Fasham, I don't know how my communication skill is so poor. People will not listen to me, Fasham, so I can never become a public speaker. Another time it was like, Fasham, I'm from a village. I'm born poor. My father is a farmer. So I can never ever become rich. I can never ever become rich. So these are the stories that I used to hear. So my question to you now is, what's the story that you tell yourself over and over again? Guys, please come in here, because this is going to be the key part of today's webinar. This is going to transform you. So please be genuine and comment here in the YouTube or wherever. What's your story? What's your limiting beliefs that you are telling yourself over and over again? I'm not enough, I can't do this, whatever. Because we are going to distract that negative, that neural conditioning, we are going to break it. So comment in here, what's your story that you tell yourself over and over again? Comment here in the YouTube and we are going to break that neural conditioning. So comment in here, what's your story that you tell yourself over and over again? I'm not enough. Yeah, I can't do this. No one loves me. Yes. Everyone come in here, because this is going to be the key part of this masterclass. Great. I'm not enough. Yes, this is the common problem. This is the common limiting beliefs that people are going through. So my question to you is this again. Is this true or fake? The limiting beliefs that you are running, the negative stories that you are running in your brain, is it true or fake? It's fake. I'll prove it to you. Yes, I'm not enough. Yes, Priyanka. Yes. So my question to you is this true or fake? The limiting beliefs that you are going through. Is this true or fake? I'll prove it to you with the help of science and with the real life stories that whatever negative stories, whatever limiting beliefs that you are running through your brain, this is just artificial. You have just created artificial limiting beliefs. But what's important here is whatever negative beliefs, whatever the limiting beliefs that you have, I'm not enough, I can't do this, I'm not skillful, I'm not talented, all these limiting beliefs, you must have to get rid of these limiting beliefs. And this is the reason why 99% or 100% of the people, why they are not able to achieve their goals or not able to, overcome their challenges, because they are running all these limiting beliefs, they are running all these negative stories in their brain. So is this true or fake, guys? Yes, fake. Yes, fake. Rightly said, Priyanka Pandita. Yes, Puneet Bhatt. Still, if you believe that, if it is true, let me give a very beautiful story of Stephen Hawking. A beautiful story of Stephen Hawking. Everyone knows Stephen Hawking, right? He's a very famous British theoretical physicist and cosmologist. At the age of just 21, he was affected by a disease called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. It's a type of neuromuscular disease. And after being affected by this disease, he could not move his body anymore, including his lips. That means he could not talk or even feed himself. But his real physical special abilities really didn't stop Stephen Hawking to pursue his dreams in theoretical physics and cosmology. He completed, with all these real physical special abilities, he completed his graduation in physics from the Oxford University and master's and PhD in cosmology from the Cambridge University. In 1979, he was appointed as the Lucasian Professor of Mathematics at the Cambridge University. BBC included Stephen Hawking. These are the achievements. BBC included Stephen Hawking in their list of 100 greatest Briton. He was awarded the Copley Medal in the year 2006. And in the year 2009, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is America's highest civilian honor. And in 2013, he was awarded the Russian Fundamental Prize for Physics. And over the years, he wrote many books. And the most famous includes A Brief History of Time, The Grand Design, Universe in a Nutshell. So just imagine, just see this photo. Just imagine Stephen Hawking sitting on a wheelchair, not being able to move any part of his body, and studying and researching about universe, black holes, particle physics. Just incredible, right? How could he do that? How could he do that? Just because of one thing. Just because of one thing. Because he was running powerful stories in his brain. He was believing in himself. He was running powerful stories. Even though he's not being able to move any part of his body, he was running powerful stories in his brain. And that is the only reason why he was able to achieve his dreams. So now my question is again, guys, the stories that you are running yourself, is it true or false? Is it true or fake? Still, if you believe that it's true, just look at your body, look at what you have, and at least compare yourself with Stephen Hawking. So whatever you are believing in is completely fake, right? So get rid of all these limiting beliefs, guys. Don't believe in this. So change your story, change your limiting beliefs, because beliefs are our choice. We have the choice to believe in what we want, and that beliefs creates our destiny. So it's a must requirement that we must have to get rid of all these negative beliefs. And if you're thinking about challenges, challenges are there for a reason. As I mentioned, challenges are there to strengthen us. Only through challenges we grow. Now let's talk about the third important step to be resilient, which is to build strategies. Now specifically, let's focus on how can we be resilient during this pandemic and achieve, for best education and learning during this pandemic. So number one is take care of your health and well-being. Number two, leverage online technologies. Number three, be present. Number four, be purposeful. What do you mean by while you are creating strategy? Number one priority is to take care of your health and well-being. I always say when you're taking care of your health and well-being, the sense your sleep, your exercise, I say in neurobiological terms, get your daily dose. What do you mean by get your daily dose? DOSE. D represents dopamine, O represents oxytocin, S represents serotonin, and E represents endorphins. So these are all your powerful happiness neurotransmitters. So make sure every day, if you're not getting your daily dose on a daily basis, you will automatically feel frustrated, you will automatically feel lazy, you will automatically, procrastinate everything, you will automatically feel low energy. So if you want to be really start feeling energetic and face the challenges and do everything, be focused, be energetic, be, completely passionate, you must have to ensure you are getting your daily dose. You are getting daily your dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. Dopamine is a very powerful addictive neurotransmitter that's responsible for your focus, that's responsible for your happiness. But it's very addictive. Your brain will secrete or give instruction to secrete dopamine when you are exercising, or when your brain is feeling rewarded, it secretes your dopamine. So when you exercise, it releases dopamine. When you're focusing and working on your goals, when you're studying and focusing on it, it releases secrete your dopamine. And at the same time, when you're doing bad things, that's why your bad habits are so addictive, because it releases dopamine. For example, pornography, people are very addicted to pornography. Why? Because that makes your brain happy, right? When your brain is getting the pleasure, it starts secreting your dopamine. So make sure you are getting dopamine in the right way. So make your brain happy by getting your dopamine by exercising, sleeping well, eating right, talking to the people with confidence, with smile, that increases your serotonin. Serotonin is a very important neurotransmitter that makes you feel great. When you're feeling so great, when you're feeling self-important and respectful, your serotonin, you're one of the most responsible neurotransmitter for happiness, releases serotonin. And then oxytocin. Oxytocin is a neurotransmitter where you feel trustable, where you get trusted, where you feel very significant. So how you can get your oxytocin level? By by hugging and by cuddling with your family members, not your girlfriends, by kissing your family members, your father, mother, your spouse, but not with your girlfriend. Okay, and also endorphins. So make sure you are getting your daily dose, and that getting your daily dose will make sure you are fully focused, you're energetic, you are ready to face the challenges, you're ready to study, you're ready to work on your goals. So first of all, take care of your health and well-being. Number two is leverage online technologies. I know even CGC has implemented. The world has moved through online, right? MIT, Harvard, Stanford, all the leading universities. Even when I was talking to my professor, he told me CGC has implemented many cutting-edge technologies in their university to get students the best education online. So leverage the online technologies, Zoom, Google Meet, And there are many online websites today wherein you can use it for free. Most of the courses, whatever, where you want to improve your academics, your talents, there are many courses available there out for free, especially during this pandemic. Like Future Learn, if you go to Harvard Online, Coursera, Udemy, you can find many certification courses for free, because they made it was costing like $1,000 $2,000 before, but now they made it free because of this this pandemic. So just either where you want to improve, what skill that you want to improve, just identify it, and you can find, just searching these website, and you can find many websites and offering it for absolutely free. Third is be present. We are here in our home and listening to our online classes, okay, and there are no one there to control you, right? So you have to be self-responsible and pay attention to when live lectures are offered. That's very important. No one is there to control you. You have to start really feeling self-responsible. Number 2 is be active on the discussion board. This is especially will help you, especially as we don't have the chance to meet our friends and to have direct physical contacts with your friends, right? But being active on the discussion boards will generate those neurotransmitters and help you get that oxytocin level goes high. And number 3, go to your professors, virtual offices. Be in contact with your professors, especially if you have any phone number. You can always be in contact with your professors, discuss with them, talk with them. Always be in a constant contact with your professors. That can help you feel, you will not feel like, I'm not in a college. This all will help you, get those doors and really feel motivated and start focusing on, your education, your learning, and on track, especially. And number 4, this is again very powerful. So set up your own meetings up session with other students. Call out your students and join for a Zoom meeting or a Google meeting, whatever, and discuss on any topics that you would like to discuss. And at the same time, you will not miss that friendship, So this can help in both ways. And final step is be purposeful. When you are online, you will easily get distracted, right? So avoid all the distractions. So let me tell you also, one of the most important study that which is related to human peak performance science is going on, the technical word called flow. Flow in the sense, it is where when you are in flow, wherein you will be performing at your peak level, optimal experiences. When you are in flow, you will not realize the time, you will not realize about yourself. You are fully focused and you will be achieving things faster. For example, if you have a job that will complete in 2 hours, but if you are in flow, you will complete in 45 minutes, because and one of the criteria to enter into that optimal experience flow is avoid distractions. There are many criteria, but avoiding distractions. When you are avoiding your distractions, your RAS, reticular activating system, is completely focused on the things that's in hand, and that will help you enter into flow, the most highest optimal experience, and you will start being so ultimately productive. This is the highest peak performance state of mind, flow. So one of the most powerful criteria to get into flow is avoiding distractions. Number 2, schedule break time. Whenever you are online, make sure that consistently, after 1 hour, make sure you take rest for 10 minutes or 15 minutes and schedule a break time. And make it fun. That's very important. And take your work seriously, guys. This is very important. Yes, we are going through challenges, but you have to start feeling self-responsible and start taking your work seriously. Yeah. So now let's quick recap. That's it about today's presentation. So let's quick recap. I told you, at any challenging situations, this COVID is not the end of life's challenges. We are always going to be challenged. Life is all about challenges, right? And life is all about overcoming those challenges, facing those challenges. So at any time, you have two options. Either you can sit back, curse all the problems, and be passive and do nothing. When you start doing nothing, then you are really feeling lazy. You will be feeling frustrated, guys, when you are passive. But when you opt for the second option, like step up, be resilient, face the challenge, and be a hero, you are progressing. Whatever things that's in your limits, you are progressing, you are becoming a hero. So always step up, be resilient, face the challenge, whatever within your limits. God does not want you to get destroyed, right? Challenges, always remember this quotation, this quote, right? Challenges or everything is happening for you guys, not to you. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. So challenges are also happening for me, not to me. If I'm not challenged, I'll not be growing, right? So at any situations, make sure you step up, you do everything possible within your links, you take consistent massive actions to overcome those challenges. So be resilient. Then we have discussed about, yes, how you can be resilient by creating your peak state, by running powerful stories, and building strategies. I told you building strategies is the least priority, but unfortunately most of the people are giving priority for building strategies, their mission plan, their game plan. How am I going to achieve my target? How am I going to get the best education and learning during this pandemic? Yes, I'm not saying this is important. This is important, of course, but this is the least priority. Because if you're not creating your peak state, if you're not running powerful stories, you'll make your strategies always at the lower level. You'll not be completely utilizing your human potential. So start creating your peak state, perform at your peak state, or use all your empowering emotions, start feeling great first, then you will automatically start running powerful stories. I can face any challenges, I'm enough. And then at that level, you build your strategies. So what are the ways you can create your peak state? We have discussed about number one, changing physiology. Number two, change your focus. Number three, change language. So physiology in the sense we have discussed about changing your body movement, body posture, because neuroelectrical signals are sent to our brain based on how our body language, and brain clearly identifies how we operate, how we are feeling and operating based on our body language. So even when you are feeling low, when you change your physiology, you can always come back to your peak state of mind, the highest peak performance state of mind, highest level of consciousness. So how can you change your physiology? We talked about two powerful, there are many steps, but I shared with you two powerful steps: incantation and power posture. Incantation and power postures. Okay, then we talked about the second step to create your peak state, which is to focus, which is about focus, changing your focus. Start focusing on the things, positive things, the things that you want, the things you can control, the things you have accomplished. Not ever focus on the things that has gone wrong, the things that you don't have. Okay, so because your focus is your feeling, what you're focusing, your feeling is totally dependent on what you're focusing on. So make sure you're always focusing on the good things, the positive things. And what are the two powerful tips that you can utilize for yourself to instantly change your focus and create state? Gratitude. Be grateful to God Almighty for all the things that you already have in your life, the things that you have accomplished in your life. Because your brain cannot perform, being grateful and being anxious or angry at the same time. It can process only one. Either be grateful or be anxious or fearful. So always be grateful. Number two, stack positivity. I told you, remember the things, all the positive things that you have accomplished, that you have, and stack it. Not think about the negative things or the mistakes. And then I talked about creative visualization. Think about the things that you want in your life. What do you want in your career? What do you want to accomplish in this life? What do you want to accomplish in your family life, in your career, in your education? What exactly you want? Think about that and live into that moment as if it's already done. It's already done. because as I mentioned, your brain cannot differentiate between an imaginary and a real, especially when you have that emotions, when you have that feeling. Then we discussed about language. Language represents our meaning, how we are going through, how we are operating inside. So make sure you always use powerful language to yourself, because it's like an instruction to your brain, right? Then we discussed about building strategies. We discussed about um, you know paying what we discussed about, yeah, taking care of your health and well-being, very important. Before, make sure you get your daily dose, get your daily dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin and endorphins. Then we discussed about leveraging online technologies. The world is moving towards online. The leading universities like MIT, Harvard, Stanford, all are moving online. And as I mentioned, CGC has already implemented cutting edge technologies in their college. So make sure you leverage all those cutting edge technologies. And also, I mentioned about many other websites like Future Learn, Harvard Online, Coursera, Udemy. They're offering many courses for free, which they used to charge, many certifications for free because of this COVID-19 pandemic. So you can leverage all these, online technologies. Then we discussed about being present while online. You have to pay attention to when live lectures are offered. Be active on the discussion boards. Be in constant touch with your professors. Then set up your own meeting schedule with other students, with other peers as well. So then we discussed about being purposeful. No one is there to control you. You have to start feeling self-responsible and start taking massive actions, right? So make sure, avoid distractions. This is number one. I told you about, you have to enter into a state of consciousness, the highest peak performance state of mind, called flow. And there are many criteria. One of the important criteria is to get into flow is avoiding distractions. Number two, schedule break time. Make sure you schedule break time. Either 90 minutes, 15 minutes you can take a break, or after 60 minutes you can take 5 or 10 minutes, up to your convenience. Then make it fun. This is very important. You have to enjoy what you're doing. That's very important. Make it fun. And finally, take your work seriously, guys. So that's it. Thank you so much. That's it for today, and you can follow me on my Facebook page or Instagram or YouTube at Fasham Farooq. So, and even if you you can contact me if you want to, if you have any specific problems that you are struggling with, or you can message me. And that's it from my side. Thank you so much. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Fasham. That was a wonderful presentation. And I think my panel must be having some questions for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Please.
Sir, few of our students want to ask that they have been very lazy lately due to this pandemic situation. So, so they want to ask that how can they self-motivate every day? They go through this session, and this session lasts in their brain for next 2 to 3 days. But how can they self-motivate themselves every day?
It's a very, very important question. And that's the reason why I mentioned about getting your daily dose. You must have, okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, we can hear you, yeah.
You must have some daily rituals. You must have some morning specific routines. And, always focus on this. Make sure every day you are getting your dose. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. How you get your dose? Make sure daily you exercise. That increases your testosterone, your courage, powerful, courageous neurotransmitters. Your dopamine gets increased when your dopamine is at its peak. When your brain secretes your dopamine, you automatically start feeling great, and it becomes addictive. When you're using your dopamine for goodness, your brain always craves that. So make sure you exercise every single day. Make sure you get your sleep every day. Make sure, meditate. You meditate. I talked about being grateful, and, so just, the most important thing, get some daily routines after waking up. I'm not saying to exercise for 1 hour or something, just at least 10-15 minutes. When you are sweating, it releases something called BDNF, brain derived neurotropic factor, that actually prepares for your complete day. So at least 10-15 minutes you exercise, at least 10-15 minutes you meditate and be grateful for all the things that you have, and start visualizing the things that you want. Reprogram your mind for goodness. So morning ritual is very powerful, and this helps you prepare for the whole day. Start focusing on the things, only on the things that you want, neglecting all the things that you don't want. So I will definitely say, if you want to keep motivated, focus on your morning rituals and make sure you are learning every single day. Read books. I complete at least 2 books every week. I read book, and I also, while traveling, I listen to books. So I try to manage, at least 2 books I used to. So learn. So these all, helps you continue to be motivated.
And so for our faculty, they want to know that you go through many organizations every day or mostly. So they want to know that what are your assessments for work-life balance?
See, I don't actually differentiate between work and life. Why? I'll tell you why. Because you are seeing your work as something different and life is something different. I'll tell you. When you're thinking about work, automatically people think like, oh, this is stressful, this is not enjoyable. My point, I always enjoy each and every second. When I'm working, I'm passionate, I'm showing off. So I'm enjoying while working. I'm enjoying when I am with my family. I'm enjoying when I'm studying. When I'm enjoying when I'm working out. 24 hours, I'm enjoying when I'm sleeping. So I think you should not differentiate between your work, between your education. You have to enjoy what you're doing. Only when you enjoy what you're doing, your brain is getting pleasure, So I think you should not actually differentiate between your work and life. You should be, if something is not giving you enjoyment, you have to start seeing why I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. And you have to identify the ways that you can make the things, enjoyable for you, either your education or work or whatever. So for me, 24 hours, you have to enjoy your life, irrespective of what you're doing.
And sir, few students are asking that how can they increase their concentration in stressful situation like this? I mean, which learning technique is best for them?
I told you about create your state, create your peak state. When, as I told you, whenever, even if you're feeling stressed, just go out, see nature, or get some sweat, walk, or change your environment. When you are, for example, if you are frustrated, don't sit in that same position. First of all, change the environment first. Number 1. Number 2, move your body. When you move your body, that confuses your brain. Yes, of course, you are going through stress. Everyone goes through stress. And yes, of course, you are going through pain. You are sad, frustrated. But when you change your body, when you change your focus, as I mentioned, don't be, when you're frustrated, you are focusing on something, right? So instead of that, you change your location, you go out, move out, talk to your friends, call, somebody you loves, whom you love, change your focus. And also change your physiology, as I mentioned, change your physiology. When you start changing your physiology, when you start changing your focus, your brain gets so confused. Yes, of course, you are going through frustration and sadness, but your brain doesn't have a brain. Your brain doesn't have a brain. Your brain is a programmed software. So when you are changing your physiology, when you're changing reprogram your mind with different, when you're focusing intentionally, you have to do this intentionally, by the way. Of course, we will not feel to really focus on something good when you are really going through something difficult. But as I mentioned, when you intentionally do some exercise and change your body language, and when you intentionally change your focus to something goodness, this makes your brain, we can hack our brain as we hack our body, and your brain gets so confused and it starts releasing your dose, your powerful neurotransmitters.
Sir, this is a very common question asked by parents these days, that teachers cannot fill whole day of a student with the virtual interaction. So what part parents can play to help fill this void?
Uh, Make sure they are always happy. Don't, talk with them, See, as I mentioned earlier, being with family, being with parent, your oxytocin, I always talk about, I always see what's going inside. Neurobiologically, I talked about one powerful neurotransmitter called oxytocin. It's a very powerful neurotransmitter that gives you trust, that gives you happiness, that gives you, change your state of mind. How oxytocin develops? By having a good relationship with your family members. So I would say, make sure your kid is sleeping well. Make sure your kid is smiling always. Make sure your kid is exercising well, and enjoy the time. Make him happy. That increases his oxytocin level. And once his oxytocin levels are increased, automatically he's really started. Don't pressurize. Oh, steady, steady. That keeps that keeps him frustrated. Rather, make sure he's getting his daily dose. He's sleeping well. Talk to him, and then be a friend. Especially at this adult age, no one would like to get advice unless he trusts. So be a trustable person, and then as a friend, guide them. Don't always advise them, guide them. I think that works well.
Okay. So there are various issues in virtual classes, like isolation and technical issues for students. And since online learning, I think, can never replace experimental learning. So how can we convince students that are those are not having access to same technology and equipment at their home?
A very good question. This is about life. Life is not about perfection, guys. Life is not about perfection. The most important thing is being resilient. Whatever within our limits, whatever within our control, we make sure this is not going to be permanent, right? But whatever within our limits at this moment, let's do that. Not only you, not only CGC, not only you, the whole world is, facing these challenges, these technological issues. MIT, whoever, everyone is going through, So whatever is available at this moment, we have to start, coping up with that and do everything that's possible within our limits. Take massive actions and, strive for excellence always, not for perfection. Strive for excellence, not for perfection. And that's it. Whatever you are going through, what resources that you have, make use of that 100%. And then by the time passes by, things get better. I hope that answers that question.
Are there any suggestions that what kind of educational activities can be organized at college level for students to keep them happy? And
what should I say? I think, yes, I think occasionally if you have any motivational classes, something like this, that helps. And apart from only, focusing always only on the academics, there are many inner talent as well. We don't know. Some people who, for example, take my case. I'm an engineer basically, but my passion is always, public speaking. So there is always inner talent in everyone's life. So I think everyone is different. Those who are still studying engineering or management, everyone, I think, with my limited knowledge, um, of course, professors like Shastri sir, Kaus madam, everyone can, but what I'm saying with my very limited knowledge. So if you can identify their inner talent, and if you can help that inner talent grow with the engineer, with the academics, I think they'll be more utilizing and they'll be more enjoying their studies, I think I think you can also focus on their other talents, not only on their academics. Somebody may be a singer or a public speaker or a writer or a designer or whatever. So we have to uh, see or implement something that identifies their true talent and passion. And if you can really divert those people to start focusing on their real things, they'll be, I think, forever be grateful for everything that you are going to do.
Uh, so next question to the same question. As you say, the deeper you dig, the more you will learn about yourself and what really matters to you. So we want to ask that how can we develop these type of skills?
Okay, sorry, madam. Can you repeat that question? Sorry.
So as you said, the deeper you dig, the more you will learn about yourself and about what really matters to you. So how can we develop these kind of skills?
Uh, See,
So
first you ask yourself what actually you want, how you want to contribute to this society, how you want to have a big impact in this world, and identify your true potential. Everyone is the same creation by God. Human beings are created by God, and everyone is created by the same one God, right? So everyone has first to believe that I am same like Elon Musk. I am same like Steve Jobs. I am same like Satya Nadella or Sundar Pichai. But they are, so first of all, identify or believe in yourself. Yes, I am already talented. I don't want any additional things. Only thing is that I need to unleash that. And once you start identifying your true strength, then you ask yourself what exactly you want to have before you die. Start thinking from end, as in the seven habits. I forgot his name. What is his name? I forgot. He mentioned begin with end in your mind. Always when you're doing, begin with end in your mind. So what do you want before you die? And start, what impact do you want to have in this world? How do you want to contribute? Yes, you already have that potential. And when you start feeling self-responsible, when you start feeling, oh man, I want to really contribute to this world, I want to really contribute to the humanity, see the big picture, then no one wants to guide or advise that person. He will start waking up 4 a.m. in the morning. He will start doing everything. He will start researching himself. Only thing is that he wants to identify what mark he needs to leave, what legacy he needs to leave behind before he dies, how he can contribute to the society, the humanity, the world, what problems that he can solve for this world. And then when he clearly identifies that, I think he will find his own way. Hello, madam.
yes, sir. Sir, students are asking that what timetable can they follow during studies so that they can consider their health as well.
I would suggest personally, there are morning person and night owls. I'm not a night owl. I'm a morning person. I wake up 4:30, something like that. I will tell you my routines, so maybe you can relate. I wake up at 4:30 or before 5. Soon after waking up, I pray. Okay, I'm programming my mind towards goodness. Then I started meditating for 20 minutes. I'm not taking in all any negative thoughts, especially in the morning. Your stress hormones is more released in the morning. Your cortisol and norepinephrine. So after even waking up, when you are praying, when you are meditating, when you are being grateful, and when you're exercising, I do exercise. I don't do it for 1 hour or something. 15, 20 minutes, 20, 25 minutes max. Very hard physical exercise that make me sweat. That changes my whole day. From that moment onwards, I'm ready. And before the day, before I sleep, I make sure I have my plan for next day. what exactly I'm going to do next day before till I sleep. So your brain is very clear. Clarity is very important for the brain. So the day before, you make sure you have your plan, but exactly you are, then that way you will not waste your time. So I do pray, I do meditation, then I exercise, then I shower with cold, cold water, very cold water. I have my eyes, even, it is 50 degrees Celsius here, but still I have in my refrigerator ice, and I always take bath in cold shower is very, very, it increases your endorphins or this neurotransmitters. So I'm fresh. Morning itself, I am fresh. I'm ready to face my challenge. And I have my big vision already. What exactly I'm going to achieve next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And based on that vision, what exactly my morning routine is preparing me for the entire day. Things are very clear. I'm not distracted. And I enjoy the day. I start focusing in, work on. And sleep is also very important. Just one point to add, sleep. People, especially in this age, they are playing with their mobile phones and all. So their sleep cycle is very well distracted, especially because we have some hormone called melatonin. You know, when we are always on the social media, when you are always in front of a screen, that reduces melatonin production. When your melatonin production is reduced, your sleep cycle gets disrupted completely. Your sleep is very important. At least make sure you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So I normally sleep before, by 9:30, something like that, it's sleep. So your morning routines are very important, and your vision is very important, and more importantly, take consistent massive actions, intelligent actions. It's not always going to be perfect, but you making mistakes is it's good. Always make mistakes. Always make mistakes. I always say the example of SpaceX, Elon Musk. He started his company SpaceX 2002. When did he first launch his Falcon 1 rocket? 2008. His first mission was a failure, second mission was a failure, third mission was a failure. But he learned from each mistakes, and he developed, he redesigned his complete Falcon 1 rocket. He recruited rocket scientists from NASA. He learned from his mistakes. And now you see, his rockets can not only go to the orbit, it can still come back and land back on the Earth. So take consistent, massive, intelligent actions, make mistakes, learn from the mistakes, move forward.
Sir, I think that will be all from student side and their parents. I think they're very clear about the session and whatever you taught.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tanveer ma'am, for moderating the session and bringing all the questions on a single platform from faculty, from students, and even from directors also. Thank you. And
Thank you,
Pashim, I must say, the one-liner I can say, it was difficult. I actually read your resume after this session you started, that I could not make up that you are a engineer. I can actually think, you have such a deep knowledge of, human psychology, and you have read so many books. Nowhere in your speak I could make out that, that engineer bent is there. But yes, I was, not able to recollect. Then I could make out that you followed your passion at a right age.
Yeah.
You listened to your heart at a right age, and you took a step. You took I'll say, a risk to, I don't know how much percentage of risk you have taken by, sacrificing your professional life. That reminds me of a book, Rich Dad and a Poor Dad, that you have to start living for your dreams at certain age, so that later you are passionate, and that passion is going to give you a complete dose, what you have defined. That was such a wonderful definition. And I think students are going to really keep this as a record also. I'm really happy, and a complete CGC family from my worthy president, Sir Sardar Rashpal Singh Ji Tariwal, who has always been promoted, from all walks of life. Our speakers should be connected for their students, and the complete college is like his family. So he was also looking forward for your session, and all the directors, faculty members, and the students. I give you, heartfelt thanks for giving us such a valuable time, sitting such a, far away place. And honestly, I would like to, read one message that has reached me, because I circulated among my circle also. The message said, "Dear," because they were addressing me, "from where you have find such a person, he has a charisma. He has been speaking from 1 hour, looking at a roof and not even looked at, floor. He's full of energy." This is one of my friend that has given me this, feedback on the session. So honestly, because all the students are not going to be, connected also, this is going to be available on our YouTube also. We'll be circulating. And your this dose definition is for sure going to be displayed in my Faculty of Management notice board. I really love that. And one word I'll say, that Fasham is completely sorted.
Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you so much, Fasham. With this note, stay safe, stay connected. We'll be again connecting with you,
Sure.
because you have so much to give us, and giving it to student at this age. I think that is a dream for everyone, to make this generation on a right track. Thank you so much, Shastri sir, for connecting him with us. Thank you, Fasham. And welcome to the CGC family, because we are not going to leave you. We'll be connected with you.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much, Shastri sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Faisham. It was really a wonderful session, and I don't have any words to actually express why, because I feel so proud that you are delivering such a what you call a wonderful message with so much of in-depth concepts. Somewhere I was just recollecting my old days, okay, with you, and I'm trying to see the incremental what you call improvements what you have really brought in you. Really, I think I don't have any words for you, except keep moving forward and keep on teaching us. And really, I have learned a lot today from you, and I will continue to learn from you in the coming days. So keep going, Pasham. All the best. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Take care, and all our best wishes. And from the CGC family, right from our president to the student, everybody is wishing you all the best. Take care, remain safe. Blessings to your family.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Close the session.